So flipping Sterling now. Sterling now's got his thing on his leg. Pause, if there is one. But
everyone that has a problem with it
ended up being like a online conversation.
But how?
Radio conversation.
What I don't
everything.
understand is that
Just so people, just for clarity, yeah. Basically, Sterling, who plays for Manchester City, is a football player, and he's playing for England in the World Cup. Has got a tattoo of a AK-47 on his leg, and the first person I actually saw moaning about it was I saw the tattoo, but then I saw Piers Morgan doing his Twitter campaign stuff and all of that.
But here's the thing: if mothers against guns who'd lost their children to guns came out and said something, I'd feel like, yeah, you know what, take on board what they're saying. The fact is, the people that are complaining are the demographic that don't give two fucks about gun violence in this country. So why are you so gun-ho on ripping him down? That's what I don't understand. Piers Morgan doesn't care. Why does he have the loudest voice in the city? Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not saying in any way that it should be removed or whatever, he should have to answer for it. But I'm saying if it was the people who are the most affected by the issue complaining, I would feel like there's some validity to it, but it's not. It never is.
Do you know what my biggest problem is? We're at a point in our lives where we are now dictating the way individuals express themselves organically, even though it doesn't infringe on anybody else. If that's where we are in life, I'm packing my bags and I just need to.
I'm pissed that he had to explain
Bro,
it.
why does he have to explain?
He didn't have to explain nothing.
If you ask me about some of these, I'm not giving you an explanation. But some of these are personal. He's talking about his murdered father. That's why he got that tattoo. The fact that he has to explain that. I've got tattoos that are way less sensitive than that. And if you ask me to explain, I'm not explaining it to you.
And Sky Sports, you're an L. If I don't work with you ever again,
they apologise.
Trust me, from the bottom of my heart, I don't care. They've taken the statement that Sterling's posted and left words out to fit their fucking narrative. I'm actually tired of institutional racism in this country. I actually will move to Ukraine gladly because it's so openly racist. You know where you stand with everybody. In this country, we always try and hide over this bullshit.
Did you see
I ain't got time for it no more.
Was it the Sun? Was it the Sun?
One
of the newspapers was two young murders in London.
Stabbed.
2 young murders in London as he tattoos something like. Where the fuck is that connected?
And you know what I said?
The worst thing is, Piers Morgan's an Arsenal fan. Your fucking logo's a gun.
I know.
Your team are called the Gunners.
Arsenal is a collection of weapons. I just don't get where we're going in life. We can't dictate the way people express themselves if not to bother or hurt somebody. This is bollocks, fam. The fact that it's a story is bollocks. Listen,
I'd love to. Look, I don't think this will ever get to him. Yeah, I don't think it will ever get to him because I don't think he'd watch this. I would love a fucking one-on-one fist fight with Piers Morgan. I would love it. If anyone could make that happen, I would love to get in a ring and beat the teeth out of that man. I hate him.
You know, he called Giggs a keyboard warrior. I thought was just
what he did.
Yeah. He called Giggs a keyboard warrior.
I know, it's nuts. It tickled me a little bit, I'm not going to lie, because I'm a human being and I just thought that...
No, do you know why it tickled you? Because you know what Giggs is.
Exactly.
And I don't. If he said it about me, everyone laughs at me like, haha.
Nah, I know that Giggs is far from that, but it's just funny a little bit that when I saw it, because I was away at the time, so when I came back, I was doing a little bit of research and I saw that he said, because Piers Morgan invited him to come and have a debate with him, Giggs turned it down and he said, you're a keyboard warrior then.
I think Giggs' response was perfect, bro.
Trust me.
Do I look like a cunt? Fuck off.
I'm sorry, just this whole Sterling thing. Even like, do you know what happened to me as well?
I don't think he needed to defend himself.
Certain people from our demographic, from our struggle, from our walks of life, are seeing value in what these fucking pricks are saying. Certain people have come to me like, oh, I do see where they're coming from. How? It's a tattoo of a gun on someone's leg. If that influences anybody to go out and commit murder, cuz they were just fucked up in their head anyway. Yeah. If that inspires you to go and kill someone, there's a lot more going on in this person's head than a fucking tattoo of a gun on Sterling's leg. It's trash. Son are trash. The men are trash.
You're entitled to look at it and not like it, but it's not yours. It's their body. So... Yeah. Like, for me personally, I've seen the tattoo.
I don't like Jack Wilshere's haircut. I don't think he should fucking shave his head.
I don't care. It doesn't really bother to me. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
it doesn't make me feel any type of way. In actual fact, when I'm watching this whole thing play out, I thought this is a ridiculous conversation that everyone is having at the moment. Like, I don't even understand so much why it's a big deal. When I've obviously seen the statement, my natural human being senses was like, firstly, you didn't even need to explain nothing. You didn't even need to say anything. You could have, and in fact, when you're on the pitch anyway, I swear his socks are going to be rolled up. You're not even going to see that. Like, it's not even.
And he shoots with his right foot, and that's the guy.
And that's what I thought. But that's not even the point. Like, that's not even the point. When obviously he said the thing about, you know, his dad died and whatever, I did think it's a bit odd. I did think that was a bit odd. But it's none of my business. If that's what he wants to do, he can do that. I know that, like, like if you want to, you can tattoo anything that you want to put on your body. If it means something to you, you can do whatever you want to do about it.
Why
but
can't we just all ignore these things?
The reasoning,
this is the thing.
the reasoning,
This is actually
I
what
just
we
wanted
need
to
be
say
doing.
this.
This
The
is what we need
reasoning
to be
did
doing.
seem.
That's why
The
Giggs'
reasoning
response
did
was
seem to
perfect.
me that, like, the fact that he came out and even gave a reasoning to me, and the actual reasoning just seemed like it was a way to kind of, like, I'm not taking away from the fact that it might have something to do with his dad and all of these type of things, but it's like to kill the debate. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about trying to kill the debate. You've put a tattoo on your leg. It means something to you. That's that. Nobody needs to know nothing about anything.
Let me show you this now.
Like, you could have, somebody's mum could have been raped, and they could have tattooed a big ass stick on their neck to say that, you know what, you know what I mean, it's got something to do with my mum doing what. That's up to you. If you want to do that, it's your body. Do you get me?
But you know why I think Raheem's had to do that? He doesn't have to do it, but imagine being Raheem Sterling.
But I wouldn't do that, though. I wouldn't tattoo a big ass stick on my neck
But
if
hear
my
me
mum
out.
was being
Raheem
raped.
Sterling.
And I don't think I'd tattoo a gun on my
All right,
leg.
Raheem
You know what I mean?
Sterling,
But that's just me.
multi-millionaire footballer from the hood, Northwest London, played for QPR, got the opportunity to play for Liverpool.
Yardman, by the way.
Yardman, unapologetic about it.
Shout out to Leon Bailey as well.
Liverpool, last season wants to move. What happens? Bare bad stories about him in the press. Every other day you pick up the story, there's a bad thing. He moves to Manchester City, money hungry cunt. He goes to Poundland. He goes Marks and Spencer's. He takes his girlfriend on a everything he does, there's a problem. The man gets a tattoo. The reason why he's explaining himself is because he's had to deal with all of that shit. He's like, just allow me leading up to the World Cup. He's 24, 25 years old. You know how much they value the internet. So imagine his acts on his Twitter. Blood, I'm telling you for first hand, bruv, my man is not in a good place because of situations like this. He's just trying to get it to stop, fam. And everyone, like I said to you, is selfish. As soon as something affects us, we don't think about the world. We think about, oh my God, the gun. I want to scrutinize him. Everyone's trash for having a problem with it. Absolutely,
for argument's
everyone.
sake, though, some people will say that Jack Wilshere had a lot of it as well, though.
What do you mean?
Not to say that it makes it
like
right.
no. Jack Wilshere has never had nowhere near what Raheem Sterling's gone through. Jack Wilshere will get scrutinised because he has a fight in Leicester Square.
What about David
Raheem
Beckham?
Sterling is scrutinised because he went to Poundland. Bro, it's two different ends of the spectrum. If you have a fight, I would... Listen, Snips will get scrutinised if he had a fight in fucking Leicester Square. My man's a human being. That's a reason to have a debate. A man going to buy something from a shop should never be back page news. And that's what that man is going through, bro.
Didn't
I
Rooney
feel
get some of it,
sorry
though?
for him.
Didn't Rooney get some of it, though?
But Rooney is sleeping with old women when he has a family. I understand why they're going after him. I'm telling you, give me something that equates to going to Poundland. It's bollocks.
Didn't David Beckham get some of it?
Because he kicked a man at the World Cup, they got sent off, and he jeopardizes England's chances of going through. Raheem Sterling went Poundland. Give me something.
But didn't he have it before all of that, though?
No, he never. Before he went to the World Cup, he was the Great White Hope. He was the people's... he was everything, and he had to rebuild his character after he won the treble. Give me something. Raheem Sterling is a victim of who?
What about Hendo?
Hen.
Yeah, Henderson.
You don't get that kind
Hendon don't get nothing.
They get... Listen, these guys get shit for playing shit. That's why they get shit.
Yes.
You know what? I'm a Liverpool fan, bro.
Yes,
I'm the
I
only
hear that.
person who's got a legitimate reason to dislike Raheem Sterling. And I don't even dislike him like that.
And he has the reason.
I
He
actually have
left
a reason.
Liverpool.
Liverpool fans have a reason to not like Raheem Sterling. But if your reasoning goes beyond that, the way
It's
he
a
exited
L.
Liverpool, it's bullshit,
It's
bro.
an L, man. And everyone's trying to justify it. The beauty about a gun, which is so wonderful, is that it's only a problem when it's in somebody's hands who the media portrays as negative. So if it's in a black boy's hand in the estate, it's wrong. You give that same gun to a police officer, it's cool. These are the same police officers that are shooting man down.
I'll tell you something that will fuck up your head.
on?
I'll tell you something that will fuck up your head. The other night, me and my wife watched...
They're not shooting man down like that, though.
No.
I get what you mean.
But do you understand where I'm coming from?
Listen, I'll tell you
This is
something.
mad.
The other night, me and my wife watched that Netflix thing on the kid that was killed in Liverpool, Reece Jones. Yeah. The young kid that was killed in 2007. Do you remember that?
No.
He's like a nine-year-old kid that was shot out the front of a pub in Liverpool. It's a
Yeah.
massive story, like, what
I remember
Liverpool
that.
would
Yeah, I
happen.
remember that. Yeah. I
So we
remember
watched a
that.
documentary on that, and it.
What was
talked-
his name again?
Reece Jones.
That's the one. Yeah.
And he was
I
caught. He
watched
was
that,
caught
yeah.
in the middle of a gang crossfire.
He was like
between-
in a park or some shit like that, wasn't
out
he?
the front of a pub.
Yeah.
And he was caught in a
okay.
crossfire between two gangs.
Yeah.
So me and my missus were like, I don't really know much about the gang issue in Liverpool, right? And it's predominantly white, right? The two gangs is like the Crookstiff and another area, and they're beefing with each other for like 20, 30 years or whatever. Listen, whoever's listening to the podcast, if you're from Liverpool, you might be able to educate me more than this. So please don't think I'm talking as an authority on this, but this is just basically what I researched, right? Predominantly white gangs shooting at each other. 1 year in Liverpool recently, there were 89 shootings. Yeah, in 1 week alone, there was like 9 shootings in a week, and this is just two small suburbs battling with each other, right? When we think about shootings in this country, we think about Birmingham, we think about London, think about maybe Manchester, Moss Side, Bristol, St. Paul's. We think about areas that are predominantly black, with black kids shooting at each other. We don't talk about the murder rate being higher in Glasgow because it's white kids that are stabbing and beating each other to death, right? But whenever we talk about guns, we talk about black areas where it's predominantly black kids shooting each other. Why does Liverpool never come up in the conversation? Because it's white people shooting each other, and the fucking statistics are insane. I'm not saying black people aren't involved in the Liverpool, but it's a predominantly white
And
issue.
I know that it is
and
crazy
those
in
statistics
Glasgow as
are
well.
insane,
Seems
bro.
the whole thing proper break, like the whole situation of Raheem Sterling, especially, it proper breaks my heart. When I think about football, do you know how many wonderful stories happened within football? But yet this is the story we
biggest
choose
one.
to make the biggest one. Recently in football, there's a footballer called Joe Thompson, and he plays for a club in the Championship. I can't remember the name of the club, but this guy has he survived 2 scares of cancer, in which he had to cut off his hair and so on and so forth. He plays for Rochdale. My man scored the winning goal in a game that keeps his team to have survival, and like they didn't get relegated. Now, to me, as a success story, that's a much bigger story to focus on a way to motivate an England team going towards a championship than Raheem Sterling gets a gun tattoo. But at the end of the day, it's what me and Snips were just saying before when you were talking on the mic. It's all about click-throughs and numbers. We have to just ignore them. When they do the story, let's just not say anything about it. Let's not talk about it on the podcast. Let's not tweet about it. Let's not do
you see
nothing,
in Liverpool,
fam.
you know in Liverpool, you can't buy the sun.
You can't buy the
You know
sun,
that?
bro.
In Liverpool,
I
you
didn't know that,
cannot buy the sun because the whole city came together and said, nah.
Fuck this.
That's what people need to do. This idea, everybody in London was so apathetic with everything. Everything is, I mean, I don't like it, but it is what it is. I'll probably play it. I'll probably buy it, but like, I don't like it, but I separate. No, when something is that poisonous, you have to say, do you know what? I'm gonna cut off my nose to spite my face a little bit here, and I'm not gonna indulge in it because that's how you rid things.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we don't do it. We're all just fucking apathetic. It's all just.
I just don't like it. I agree with Snips. I'm just.
Liverpool, I love Liverpool for that. It's the most socialist city in
best.
England.
Yeah.
They said no. Look at the coverage of of Hillsborough and the Sun. Okay,
yeah.
so from now on, we don't sell the Sun.
And not even
When the
top of that-
BNP went to Liverpool to try and do their march, they were met at the fucking station and pushed back on the train and told get the fuck out of our city.
Let me show you how sick bad boy Liverpool is.
That's the attitude people should have. You don't like something.
100%.
You think something should change. You need to have conviction in it. This fucking wishy-washy attitude that we all have is bullshit, man.
And the consistency of it is Liverpool recently being in the Champions League final. Jason McAteer, Liverpool legend, makes a video of going to the airport, taking every single Sun paper and shoving it in the bin. What happens? The whole of Liverpool get behind it. Every Liverpool fan going to to Ukraine is taking the Suns and shoving them in the bin because they don't deserve any attention. So when these publications come out and give us stories about people that are from our culture, we're meant to ignore them.
Yeah.
We're meant to ignore them. Why do we have to validate ourselves to an ignorant audience?
Going back,
ignore them.
just taking this
Win
back
Ross
to-
is happening anyway.
Taking
Niggas are
this back to
getting
hip
sent
hop,
back.
perfect example. Taking it back to hip hop. Stop reading articles on Pitchfork, on Noisy, on all these publications that don't actually have anything to do with hip hop and are written by people that don't understand the culture. Stop getting angry at it. Stop reading them. Boycott them. Stop reading them. If you stop giving a shit what whoever the fuck thinks about hip, like why are we retweeting Kim Kardashian? I did it when she was talking about Rhyme Fest. Why are we taking on her opinion? She's not hip hop.
Yeah.
Stop like, but in every aspect,
You know
stop
what?
allowing people
true.
to have an opinion because we validate the opinion by giving it any type of airtime, and that is how Donald Trump became president.
Of course.
If
And
everyone
it's
ignored
unfurled.
that bullshit,
Yeah.
it would have
You
never
know what?
happened.
I think also subconsciously this whole Twitter thing and social media stuff, which it usually ties back to, when you put something out there, you say something or whatever, it starts getting a whole bunch of retweets. It releases some type of endorphins, and you keep doing that shit all the time. And that's why some people keep finding themselves attracted to, let's just say, the negativity in some senses that ends up getting so much traction because people just, loads of people talk about it. I always notice that when something like this ends up becoming a trending topic on social media, no matter what you say, you get a few more likes and retweets than you would get on a normal day, which then means that you have another thing of breeding this fake outrage stuff. Then you have someone who, like Piers Morgan, who, in my opinion, to me seemed like he was trying to just light up his timeline. I don't particularly think that he cared as much as he presented that he did. I am aware of that when he went to America, one of the reasons why they wanted him to fuck out of there was because he was very opinionated on their gun laws and stuff like that. And you know how patriotic some Americans can be about their guns and whatnot. So when
don't like you, get the fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. So when Pierce is doing this little thing about the gun stuff, if we all did what you two both said we rightly should do, I don't think he goes on his timeline and tweets all day like he did that day and he is today. I don't think he does that.
He's still tweeting today.
Yeah.
That nigga, Piers Morgan's bored, isn't it?
Of course.
He needs the football season to start again, fam. That guy is
you know what's so crazy? I was
bro.
talking about it. I put out a little bit of promo here. I put out an album recently. Go and buy that, everyone. Snips Barbershop, go and buy it. I put out an album recently, and I essentially make black music. I make hip hop music. Yeah, I'm a white man that makes black music. And a friend of mine said to me, you know, because I was talking to him about how to sell the record and like, well, I'm trying to get more. He said, you know what you should do? Say something racist on Twitter. Guarantee you'd sell more albums. And he said it as a joke, but you know what?
That's the harsh reality.
The harsh reality is, as a white man that makes black music, if I went on Twitter and said some racist shit, and caused a fucking storm, and then said, by the way, here's my album, my streams are gonna go through the roof. Cool. How fucking backwards and insane is that?
Could we
talk about why though? Because you're selling it in the same place. Online, there's different rules though. This is real life. There's rules online, and if you want to, you have to comply to some of the rules. Unfortunately, if you want a huge amount of numbers, and it's not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong. What I'm saying is that's the rules. So I don't even get upset what happens online because that's not where I live. I live in real life, cuz.